All right, let's talk about Enzo Fernandez because there's reports coming out saying Enzo Fernandez wants to leave Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez will leave Chelsea, and some Chelsea fans are not happy, saying for him to be, always saying he wants to leave. There's a report that came out to say again that Enzo Fernandez said he wants to play in the Champions League. Obviously, Chelsea will not be in the Champions League this coming season, and you will not blame him. You will not blame Enzo Fernandez. You won't blame him. Even if I'm not happy that he's saying this openly, that he wants to play in the Champions League. Yes, he wants to play in the Champions League, but Chelsea will not be in the Champions League. But at the same time, whatever thing Enzo Fernandez is doing is because he wants to compete. It's because he wants to play in the Champions League. It's because he wants to win trophies. He wants to win the big titles. And as at now, Chelsea are not giving him that. So for me, the blame should be on the ownership. Enzo Fernandez leaving Chelsea, they are the reason why Enzo Fernandez is leaving Chelsea. Yes, 100%. They are the reason, because if they are buying quality players like him in every position, Chelsea will compete. 100%. Chelsea will compete. But then you will see them going for players that are not good enough, going for Garnacho, going for Jamie Gittins, going for Delap. These players are not good enough. These players shouldn't be playing for Chelsea. There are players that are not good enough. There are so many of them there playing for the club. They're not good enough. With these players, Chelsea can't win the league. With these players, Chelsea can't compete for the league. Chelsea will be dropping most of the season out from the Champions League position with those kind of players. So it's on the ownership. They are the reason why Enzo Fernandez is doing this. Because the player, he has his own ambition. He wants to win the league. He wants to compete for the Champions League. Because the only way you win the Champions League, you have to play in it. And if you're playing for a big club that have the ambition to win the Champions League, you will then one day win the Champions League. Because why? You are playing in the Champions League and you're playing in a club that can win the Champions League. Chelsea are a club that we know can win the Champions League. But how would they win the Champions League? They have to be playing in the Champions League every single season. And they have to be buying top players. That's the only way they can win the Champions League. So for me, whoever that is not happy with Enzo Fernandez, yes, like I said, I'm not happy that he's always coming out saying he wants to leave. But at the same time, the ownership are the reason. Now, probably Enzo Fernandez will leave. Probably he will leave Chelsea. And if Enzo Fernandez leave Chelsea, Chelsea will sell him for serious money. Chelsea will sell Enzo Fernandez for a huge amount of money. You will have to pay top dollar to sign Enzo Fernandez. Because first, Chelsea signed him for serious money. Chelsea paid around 120-25 million euros to Benfica to get Enzo Fernandez. And Enzo Fernandez is a very, very good player. He is a top midfielder. This season, he also did well, even if Chelsea did not do well as a team. But him, as an individual, he did well for the club. He did well in terms of goals and assists, in terms of numbers. He put some good numbers. So, like I said, because he had done well for the past two seasons, this past season and then last season, Enzo Fernandez did well. So I feel like that's the reason why club like Real Madrid are looking at him. That's the reason why club like Manchester City are looking at him, because they know he's a top player. And it will be interesting to see if they can pay the money. Because if you want to buy Enzo Fernandez, you will pay probably more than what Chelsea paid for him. Or you match that amount that Chelsea paid for him, around 120 to 125 million. That's probably what they will pay if they want to get Enzo Fernandez. Because there's no way Chelsea will sell Enzo Fernandez less than that. I don't think Chelsea will sell Enzo Fernandez for even 100 million. They won't. Because why? They paid big money to sign him. And also, he did perform well. So those are the things that Chelsea will be looking at. And Chelsea are not desperate to sell him. They are not desperate to sell Enzo Fernandez. So if you want to get Enzo Fernandez and the player is pushing to leave, you will pay serious money to get Enzo Fernandez. And then if probably, say Manchester City, because they are the team or club that I think can pay that kind of money. Say Manchester City paid that kind of money for Enzo Fernandez. Then it will be interesting to see how the ownership will spend that money. Because if they sell him, they have to replace him. And you can't replace Enzo Fernandez with just any midfielder. You have to make, your scouting to get a proper quality midfielder to replace Enzo Fernandez. Because with Xavi Alonso, we want to compete for the league, even from next season. Yes, we want to compete for the league for next season with Xavi Alonso. So they have to start from now. If Enzo Fernandez will probably leave, what if then they're selling for big money? Because I think they were selling for big money. They have to make sure they replace Enzo Fernandez with quality player or quality midfielder. Because as long as I'm concerned, Chelsea is a big club, and if they would change their strategy of buying their kits, I think better players will definitely want to come to Chelsea, even if they will not be in the Champions League next season. Because I honestly feel like with the coach that they have now, top players will want to come. But on Enzo Fernandez, yeah, I understand why he wants to leave. He wants to be playing Champions League, consistently, hoping that he will win it because he's always playing, in the Champions League. So, like, yeah, it's been trying to see if Enzo Fernandez will leave Chelsea. So, your thoughts, your opinion on that one, you let me know.